Pragmatism is a philosophy of education that is child-centered and focuses on students growing through practical life situations. The teacher is a guide that presents students with real-life situations that are addressed using the problem-solving method. From there, the teacher encourages the students to grow through their personal experiences. Motivation, a key component for a pragmatist classroom, is reached by including students' needs, interests, and their natural inquisitiveness. Teachers that use a pragmatist philosophy for their classroom may also model reflective thinking for their students and work as a project director as opposed to providing strict instruction. Pragmatists believe that reality is constantly changing and that students learn best through using personal experiences and thoughts to solve problems. Unlike realism, the pragmatist philosophy does not believe in absolute truths. Instead, the truth is whatever works in the present situation. These truths are never conclusive and are found through scientific inquiry, questioning, testing, reflecting, and retesting. Accordingly, beauty is not defined by absolute truths for pragmatists. Instead, beauty is what one experiences when they see, feel, or touch. Pragmatists believe that the purpose of school is to prepare students for a democratic society by encouraging a community within the classroom that focuses on social consequences and that is capable of influencing their political, social, and economic institutions. Pragmatism is derived from the teaching of Charles Sanders Peirce, who believed that thought must produce action, meaning the traditional idea of memorizing information without action was not conducive to learning. Peirce was a mathematician, logician, and is credited with creating the philosophy of pragmatism. Peirce believed that ideas were hypotheses that needed to be tested through experiences. Through these experiences, one would gain knowledge. After Peirce, John Dewey made important influences on the American pragmatist philosophy. Dewey's ideas was that experiences, thoughts, and consequences were all related. Dewey noticed that after we try something and it fails, we try again until we find what does work. Once we find what was effective for the given situation, we developed it into a method that we could apply to similar situations. With this idea in mind, Dewey established a laboratory school at the University of Chicago in 1896. This school was not used to train people to become teachers. Instead, it tested ideas and encouraged research and education. Additionally, Dewey believed in seeing the child as a whole and to consider not only the child's intellectual growth, but also their social, emotional, and physical needs. Pragmatism can be seen in the classroom in a variety of ways. We would like to focus our instruction on hands-on problem-solving activities that allow students to work together to reach a conclusion. This would integrate the idea that learning should be experienced while allowing students to collaboratively reach tentative truths on their own. Much of our classroom would be based on experimental inquiry and real situations. Students would use their curiosity to create hypotheses about the world around them and then test different solutions to find what works for that given situation. Students would also experience learning through field trips. Field trips would allow students to be immersed in a real-life situation. By incorporating real-life situations into the curriculum, students will be prepared to actively participate in society, their future careers, and their daily lives. Pragmatism in the classroom is beneficial because it encourages students to develop practical problem-solving skills in cooperative, hands-on, experimental ways.